Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. Hello. Testing, 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 testing. Having trouble with the mic. Not sure if you guys hear me. Whoever's watching, if you guys can please confirm. Haven't been on in a while. I want to say about a week. To my fans out there, the 2 subscribers or 3 subscribers, where I only have 1 active watcher and viewer, my apologies. We got a lot of shorties here. Just gonna tag them as Rex. My yellow color indicator is for Rex. I have no idea who these people are. Actually, I know who Blue R is. He ain't bad. We have King Jack over here, middle position. I'm gonna go ahead and open up. King Jack suited is usually a 4-bet or a, for the most part, a 4-bet. I'm just gonna call since he's a short stack. We do pick up the second nut flush draw. We do have 2 overs. Problem here is that we do double block our Jack 10 suited and our King 10 suited. There is a 10 of hearts there, which means he can only have a 10 of diamonds or clubs that he's raising with. So there's really not that many combos there. I'm just gonna go ahead and let this go. There's not much here but a king high, and I really can't rep a 10 here, so we don't have the equity. Also, it's 31% of equity I need here. With my outs, I wouldn't suspect my jack to be good. I have 3 kings left and about 9 flush cards, so I only have about 24% equity. I'm just gonna let this go, as it's on a profitable play. Hey Robbie, thank you for confirming. Pocket 9's here under the gun. We're gonna go ahead and open. Normally with 9s, it's usually a fold. We run half a number, 50%. I'm only gonna call because we're pretty much committed, as we have small blind calling in. So hopefully we hit our set. Not the greatest flop, as that's John Hale has most of the overpairs here. Gonna try something different here and bet out 10%. See what he does. Yeah, once that raise comes in, then there's another person to act. More or less have no reason to call here with our 9s. I mean, it's a little nitty. I'm just gonna let this go. I have no idea who this guy is. If he would have just called and Bummer would have called, I could get somewhere with the 9s. We have Queen 10 offsuit here on the big blind. We have a limper from the small blind. I'm going to make this 4 to go. I'm going to tag him as a rec because only recs really limp there. And he's deep stack. Probably a nit. Wanted to get a cheap flop. I don't think I'm going to be playing for long. Probably a 45-minute session, an hour session. Unless I'm down over 2-3 buy-ins, then it's going to be an all-night session. Today is Sunday cleaning. The old lady's going to be coming home soon from Pilates. And if I don't clean today, I'm in big, big trouble. Pocket 3's here in the cutoff. Pure, open. flop. Pretty much give up. Yeah, we're gonna give up here. Oh boy, I hit my 3 in the end. Pocket 9's here, middle position. We got a limper, so we're gonna go make it 3 to go. I get 3 bet again from the cutoff. Gonna call. Not a great flop. Gonna check twice. Yeah, seems like it was a delay C bet. Definitely strong here. Could have ace jack. Could have a lot of air here. Pick up an interesting flop here on table 2. We're drawing to a straight flush here. I checked it through. Everybody checked. I'm gonna go ahead and fire B33. Take a stab here. And I'm gonna go ahead and fire again. I think he would have bet the king. Yeah, let it go. Had to try it. Had to try it. There's no shame in sometimes taking a risk. Pocket 6 here. Pocket 6 is here on table 1. Kushkira opened up. I'm gonna bet 40% here because we have to protect our hand, not necessarily our range. And they both fold. We got pocket kings on table 4. I'm gonna make it 5 to go. Make it a little bit bigger. This guy's deep stack. Of course, the ace flops. As always, I hate kings. I'm gonna check. Once both of them check twice, I'm gonna go ahead and fire a small bullet here. 9-10 here with the queen jack pairing. I'm gonna call one. And I'll be giving up this, I'll be giving up this too. Alright, starting out pretty bad already. Alright. We do hit our nut flush here on table 3. Problem is there's a paired board. I'm just going to go ahead and bet 50%. Table 1. I open up, get 3-betted. Big blind. Cold calls. I'm just going to go ahead and jam this. Unbelievable. He hits his flush. A 5-4. Yeah. Not a good start to the session. Not a good start. We did pick up. We flopped a boat on table 3. We're gonna go ahead and bet small. I'm gonna bet 50% here. Actually, I'm gonna bet 75% here since this is a double flush draw with my boat. Fortunately, they fold. Table 2, we had a bunch of limpers. I'm going to go ahead and beat 25 here with the flush draw. I get raised here. I'll go ahead and call. I also do pick up. I'll go ahead and B40 here. I do have a straight draw also. I just hope I don't get check jammed. I'm gonna go ahead and jam here. I know there's a lot of draws he could have had. Could have had Jack Queen. Yeah. I think it's a good jam. I normally don't like to jam flush draws, but when there's a straight board there, there are a lot of bluffs. I mean, a lot of bluffs. Table 6, we open up ace 10. We're gonna go ahead and beat 33 here. Table 1 with my kings, the hand I love the most. And ace flops, look at that. We're gonna just check. We're gonna go ahead and call one. I'm gonna bet 50% here. Table 5 here, we got 4 people on the pot. I do block the straight. I'm just drawing pretty much to another jack, which I only have 2 left, and 4 kings, 6. I don't have the equity to call here, so I'm gonna just let this go. Table 3, I get 3 bet by the big blind, small blind. This is just gonna be a shove with ace king suited. Go ahead and fire B50 here. That board hits more of our range. Table 6, opening up King Jack offsuit. Defending ace 10 suited here from under the gun. I'm going to go ahead and call one over here. See if I get yeah, and that's a very good card here. Here I'm just going to go ahead and lead out. I just don't think he has 5s in his range. And that hits me more. And we got it through. We've been running pretty hot here. I'm up about 62, 63 buy-ins since I started this challenge here on 20-0. Yeah, this guy's 3-betting every single time, so he's super wide. Not comfortable with ace jacks. Ace jack offsuit there. 4-betting. Ace king here. We're going to go ahead and squeeze. I'll be It's such a big 4-bet. I don't know who this guy is. Teflon. Thing is, I can't really call. It's either a shove or a fold. Yeah, I'm gonna just get it in. Hopefully he doesn't have aces. Queens. No heart, please. Alright. We hold. Yeah. Alright, guys, we get one back. We get one back. We're still down a bit. It's fine. It's part of the game. Variance. Table 3, we open up Jack 10. Table 1, Ace King. I'm gonna bet small here, even though this flop sort of like gives him a lot of draws and hits his range. Don't normally like to bet out Ace King on this flop, but so he decides to lead out. I'm gonna just call. I mean, he does have deuces there. And once he checks, I'm gonna go ahead and bet 75%. And he folds. Two and one, gonna open up Ace 4 suited purely. Everybody folds. Table 1, Ace 10 suited here versus the gun open. We're just going to go ahead and defend. We're going to check here. Nothing much going on here with our hand. That range hits him better. I'm still checking that ace. And once he checks again, I'm just going to go ahead and fire B75. See if his 8s or 9s call. Probably Jack Queen. Yeah, he had Queen Jack. Once he checks the ace and that queen comes out, you can more or less put him on Queen Jack suited, Queen 10 suited from there, King Queen offsuit, King Queen suited. So it's, I mean, yeah, he should call there. This guy over here to my left on table 4 has a really, really deep stack. Over 500, 540 big blinds there on that stack. He's been 3-betting a lot. So I have to call him lightly because his range is really, really wide. But we play our spots with those type of players. Not sure what type of player he is. I don't see him in any other table, so he's probably just a wreck. Table 2 over here, we decided to complete with 4 people in. We're still not folding because we have a gutter. We do hit our 5. Rather hit the 2, honestly. I'm gonna call one more. Don't hold a spade. I don't think any 6s there was betting out, so I'm just going to go ahead here and bet 50%. And he folds. Table 5, I get 3-bet by Cautioner. I'm going to go ahead and 4-bet this time. I'm going to make it about 18 to go. King Jack suited there is never a call. King Queen suited, yeah. But King Jack suited is a good hand to sort of 4-bet bluff with. This has a lot of unblocking categories, elements. I meant. I limped here by mistake with the ace queen. I meant to open, so I'm just gonna go ahead and check here. Just gonna check. Just check it through. Table 5 opening up King 10 against a big blind. He folded. We pick up ace queen under the gun here. That is a pure open. So we roll a high number here. It's either a fold or a 4-bet. So I'm going to go ahead and make this about 19.9 to go. Cautioner goes ahead and calls. Table 5, we pick up aces. We're going to make this 4 to go. I'm going to check the ace queen here. That's not a good card at all. Just going to check it. Yeah. Most likely going to let this go. Table 5. I'm just going to min click back here. And I'll be jamming. Table 2, we're completing with our queen 10 suited. We have a backdoor flush draw, backdoor straight draw. I mean, a gutter with a backdoor flush draw. There's no need to call here. We don't have the equity. I mean, if it was clubs, I would go ahead and call there. Check this flop. Who's Don the flush? And what move is a donkey? Which player? Unless you're calling me a donkey. I could be a donk sometimes. Pocket fives opening up from the cutoff. If he 3-bets, I'm never folding since we're deep stack. Ace queen here in the big blind. I'm gonna go ahead and squeeze this. Table one. I'm gonna raise small. Here's a short stack. Let's check here. Once he checks again, I'm gonna go ahead and bet 14. King, queen, offsuit versus middle position. Oh, boy. I got timed out. I was going to 3-bet there. King, queen offsuit, opening up from the button. I'm gonna make this 6.5 to go. We got 2 limpers. Pocket 7s, we're going to defend here. Not a good flop. We'll be folding here. King Jack suited, I'm just going to defend here. Gonna check. Gonna check again. I do have showdown with the king. Let this go. Ace Queen suited here. I'm gonna make this 5 to go. We flopped the boat here on table 1. Table 2, we flopped enough flush draw. I'm gonna bet B25. I'm gonna just call here. We're just gonna check here. Table 2, I'm just gonna go ahead and bet small. And table 1, I'm going to go ahead and bet 75%. We flopped a straight here, so I'm gonna make this 8 to go. I'm gonna bet 50% here. I don't like the board pairing. I think if he did flop a boat, and that's just a horrible run out. Just gonna go ahead and check. Yeah, I'm gonna let this one go. Just an unfortunate run out. It's literally the one card I didn't want to see. His bet size also is, please call me. Please call my bet. Because I have the straight. We have pocket queens here. We're going to make this 4 to go. King Jack, table 1. Under the gun opening. Because it's suited. I'm going to start off with a small bet. It's a shorty. I'm going to go ahead and B50 here. I do block ace king of spades. And I'm just going to shove here. I mean, does he have diamonds? Yeah, but I got the straight. And he calls. It's not the best to bet the turn there. I understand, but he is a short stack. He is a wreck. And I do have some blocking elements as well. Not really. I know I'm unblocking the ace, but since I have the king of that suit, of another suit, I could go ahead and rep that. Got king jack here. I'm gonna make this 5.5 to go. We got a lot of limping going on. tag this guy as red. He just limps way too much. And then doesn't call. Pocket deuces here. We're gonna go ahead and open up. We flop here the second nut flush draw. He decides to lead out, so I'm gonna go ahead and raise this. We do hit our flush. I'm gonna be 40. And I'm just gonna shove this in. Yeah, he hits his flush also. We're gonna be squeezing here. I'm gonna go ahead and bet B33 here. I'm gonna check this turn right here. He could be calling with king queen, even though we do block a queen here. Yeah, it seems like this is gonna be a chop pot. I'm gonna bet 50% actually. Kind of feel like he does have a queen. Table 6, opening up pocket deweys. I'm gonna call this. He's deep stack. Just bad flop though. And we'll be letting this one go. Table 4 here with ace king. Gonna make the 6.5 to go. Table 2 cutoff opens. Pocket nines in a small blind. 3 betting. Table 4 checking here. Table 2, not a great flop. Hits his range more than it hits ours. I do hit my 9 here. I'm going to go ahead and bet half pot. And I'm going to go ahead here and bet, again, half pot. It's probably a bet fold spot, so... Probably a bet fold spot. I mean, the flush is there, the straight is there. I unblock it all. Table 1, king, queen. I'm going to go ahead here and 3-bet. I do get 4-bet it. Just going to go ahead and let that go. Gonna bet 50% here. Once that king pairs, I'm just gonna go ahead and check. I'll be checking here. Gonna go ahead and B50 here on this flop. Here I'm gonna go ahead and overbet. This guy's pretty much calling wide. Table 3, I'm going to overbet here with my 9-8. I know it's multi-way, but we have tons of equity there. Pocket sixes here, we get we open up under the gun, we get 3-bet by button, and short stack, 4 bets, super strong, definitely shutting down there. Yeah, I should have bet the ace there. I'm gonna check this board. Pick up kings here. I'm gonna bet small here. Gonna make this 5.5 to go with my pocket queens. Protecting my 8-7 suited here. This is going to be a race spot. I'm going to go ahead here and overbet. Table 6 here. I'm going to make this 12 to go. I'm going to bet small here. That's not a correct move, by the way. I just sensed weakness there. And when I sense weakness, I just fire. Fire big time. Yeah, you'll lose some of those, but like you'd be surprised how often people actually fold to overbets. I was doing an analysis not too long ago with a couple of my good friends, and people fold about over 70% to overbets. Pocket kings here. With my ace king suited here, I'm just gonna go ahead and jam. Alright, I'll be shutting down now. I have to start cleaning. I gotta pretty much redo my den. It's a mess. I'm not sure if you guys see it in the background. The lady's making me clean the bathroom. She's not here yet, but if she comes home and sees me playing poker, I'm in deep shit. That's just the way it is. It's adult life. But, I mean, we didn't have a bad session. I mean, we started off pretty swingy in the beginning. I was down like a buy-in and a half. Right now, we are up not much. A little over a buy-in, which I'll take for now. I played on PokerStars earlier, so I won almost a couple buy-ins there. We're in pretty good shape, though. We're in pretty good shape. Trying to hit that 2K mark soon, as fast as possible. I've been running well. As you know, poker is quite a swingy venture and journey. I've hit some terrible downswings over the past year, where I lost about, I think my max was about 40 buy-ins on PokerStars, which is really, really dreadful. But you have to understand it's just part of the game. Sometimes you're going to go through very long stretches of a month, 2 months, where you're hitting that downswing. Sometimes you'll hit a 15 buy-in downswing on a given day. And, I mean, you got it in good. You got it in with, like, great equity. Sometimes those runners come. You know what I mean? And you just, like, get screwed over. But, I mean, as long as you stick to a strategy, I like to implement a bit of theory. I wouldn't say I'm, like, prolific with theory. I've studied a lot. It's just that with these stakes, theory is great, especially pre-flop. Like if you know your pre-flop ranges, like you're pretty much 90% over the pool. And then obviously post-flop, you know, you have to play quite strategic, based on your position, based on your ranges, based on your opponents. And you know, if you sprinkle in a bit of exploitative poker, things will work out. You don't have to follow the same regiment and the same method of staying balanced. If you're using GTO Wizard and doing the drills all the time, you could get creative. You know what I mean? Once you sense in your gut that somebody is capped, you know what I mean? Put some pressure on. Like throw some like strong overbets. Even if you don't hit on the river and you have good blockers, or for example on the big blind, I don't know if you saw the play previously. I had ace 10, flop came out, 3, 4, 5, and then an 8, and then a 7. I think it was like a 4, like the river came a 4-liner, and I just knew that the guy under the gun is not opening any sorts of 5s. The only 5 that he might be opening is ace 5 suited and pocket 5s. But again, if you count those combos, there are not that many of them. You could count many of the combos that he might have. At the end of the day, it comes out to be less than, what is it, a 1,350 starting hands and poker combinations. So it's literally like less than a third of a percentage point. And sometimes you just have to fire away when you have that nut advantage. And by nut advantage, I mean when you're defending in the big blind and under the gun opens and the flop comes 3, 4, 5, you have the nut advantage because you have more 5, 6s, you have more pocket deuces, pocket 3s, pocket 4s that under the gun doesn't really open purely. Sure, they can have aces. Sure, they can have kings. But they don't want to see those flops. Especially on two-tone or monotone flops. Big blind. It's important to know that big blind always has more flushes than anybody else opening, because we defend with our flush draws the majority of the grid. So, I mean, things like that, hopefully I'm able to, like, show you some of the things you can do to exploit, to play with your nut advantage, your rate advantage. Yeah, I mean, that's what poker's about these days. It's not like back in the days when I started in 2006. No, actually, I started in 2004. I was very, very nitty, playing tournaments, sit and goes. But over the past year or so, like, I got back into it after a 6-year hiatus. And, this whole concept of ranges and theory, pretty much I found quite phenomenal, to be honest, because there's a lot of math related. Obviously, you're playing theory to like limit your variance, to stay balanced, to not lose as much. But it's all about the ranges per the position and things of that sort. So, if you ask me, am I comfortable where I'm at right now in my poker journey? I am. I think I'm levels above the population in certain stakes. Once you start getting up to higher stakes, it becomes more of an exploitative sort of element, because you're going to see a lot of players there that put in the time daily in studying their hand histories, and doing drills, and understanding textures and what bet sizes to bet when you 3-bet small blind versus a cutoff on a certain board, and things of that sort. So, it's all about the grind. If you do not study, I could tell you this, that you could be a really, really good poker player. You could be very, very good at math and calculating equity. But if you don't study theory and ranges, you could be a break-even player, probably like a 1 to 2 big blind per hour sort of player. But just to give you some like perspective on how studying ranges has helped me. One second, let me just go ahead. Has studied ranges and subscribing to Wizard, Another very, very important piece is to make friends with the community, join Discord groups, have like a nice cohort of of comrades that you can go ahead and talk to on a daily basis and share hand histories with, and theory and strategies. I gotta say that I'm very privileged to have met a few people throughout the past year who have helped me. Some people I have helped, I have coached, and I've seen their progress. It brings me joy. I don't like charging for coaching. If anybody ever wanted me to help out anybody, I'm always game for that. I love to see people progress in the game. But here, if you see my main screen, one second. And this is just like 30 and now. And if you can see, for like my first 133,000 hands or so, I was pretty much break even. This is before I studied. Before I started like looking up courses on YouTube, checking out Cara Corner, and watching players like David Kay, Jeremiah Williams play, understanding, learning from their play and explain. CG Poker is great also because he does a lot of play and explains, but he balances out his streams weekly with study sessions where he grabs hand histories from the past couple of days of play. He picks out a few hands to study on GTO Wizard, and he goes very, very deep into thoroughly explaining the blunders, what's the best bet sizing to use on certain textures and streets and things of that sort, and what to bluff with based on blockers, and the bottom of your range, when to go polar. Poker is just like ever evolving. There's so much like elements to like understand. It's a very complex game. I think it's quite analogous to like chess, in some sort of way. But like over here, like I was explaining, like this is me being just like a solid exploitative player, based on what I knew back in 2015, and it gets you by. Like you're gonna make money, but it's not much. And once I started with theory and understanding it, this is where I pretty much went up on a huge upswing. And it wasn't a heater. I could tell you it wasn't a heater. You could go on a heater, but like once you combine heaters with solid fundamental knowledge of the game, it could definitely get you to where you want to be. And this is also, so this is where I started with like my 5NL, my 10NL, then I went up to my 30NL, then my 50NL, and this is when you start seeing like more and more players are sort of like leveling out because the population are good. They're flooded with regs and they do understand it, but again, once you start playing with regs on the table, I'm not a proponent of table selecting, especially playing on WSOP and PokerStars, because one, there's not that many tables. I like to 6-8 max table. Also, I like playing with regs because I want to learn from them, and I'm humble enough to say when there's players that are better than me in the pool, and I know that. And I check their hand histories. I check the replays to see what they do in certain spots, and I learn from that. But I like to play with regs on the table because, it gets to show how it's a good barometer to gauge where you're at in poker. And it does get tougher as you keep moving up. But, if you keep studying, you'll get there. Hopefully without the variance, downswing. But, That's pretty much it, man. So I'm going to go ahead and shut off.